Welcome back. If there was ever a time to be distrustful of music, Symphogear might be the case, because if singing certain songs and melodies dissolves into your atomic constituents, then maybe songs and concerts aren't really in everyone's best interests. Especially when there's monsters known as noise going in, causing dramatic damage, annihilating entire villages and the like just by a mere touch. But good thing we have legendary relics of old and the knights of now protecting the world, or at least the immediate area. Can't let that line of defense go. Hence why it's so secretive. We need to protect the city. Everyone else can really fend for themselves. But with grudges and trauma infecting several people, this isn't exactly going to be easy, is it? I'm guessing in time things might be slightly working out for the better, but we got to work up to it. So right now, let's see what the world of Symphogear has in store for us. How many times is it going to start off a battle against the noise? Yep, she's ready for the fight. Are we now just getting a quick montage of all the battles that they've been involved in recently? Month time skip. To be fair, has she been given any proper, formal combat training? Well, that and having a teammate who is actively working against you because she's somewhat replacing her previous partner. Would it be so bad if she wasn't actively using the shards of Gungnir? There is, as I've been reliably informed various times in the conversation, things that I've been wondering about might get answered in due time. Just enjoy the ride up to it. And how many of the populace is going to turn to ash and disappear by the time we actually have them working together? Got to keep up with homework, your schooling, and so much physical exercise in the evenings. She seems awake. Maybe there's a bigger problem at large. Got narcolepsy. Maybe she's a bit anemic. Not quite what she wanted throughout all of this. At least there's someone with a somewhat level head in all of this. I'm surprised they haven't been wiped out already. If some of them are kind of actively pushing them forward and interested in seeing them battle with each other. she hates her indisputably just because. Well, just because. And she has to launch into everything head first. How strong is her ideals to help everyone? Yeah, how much has actually been explained and how much has been explained and she's just not being able to retain any information. I mean, a bit harsh. Not really, not really going soft on her, is she? That's how you break up a fight. Put some discipline down. Now, how exactly did he combat that? Shoes? Shoes. They're gonna have to pay him back. I mean, don't you see all the water around? These aren't tears. And she refused to be able to let herself grieve at all as well. So internalizing it even more. I mean, why? Why would you say that? You know, choose your words. You know, do well in her stead, maybe. But replace her? What was that run animation? Well, that would make the parting words even worse then. If she doesn't even know that that she's there in front of her. How much does those songs actually destroy you? You'll, I was going to say you'll hurt your throat if you wanted me to. I mean, did we need a replay of that event? Maybe not. But having it from her view this time and the actual conversation they had between each other. Yeah, accidental alarms. I'm not sure I've ever done that, but I've definitely slept through my fair share of them. How exactly is she expected to keep all of this hidden and secret from her? Meteor shower, okay. If she's got to have these these meetings and the like. Yeah, you could say that. Well, first you could learn to dress yourself. But she is actually taking it a bit hard, considering she was originally just here trying to help. I mean, yeah. Do you have any idea what those blips are? Just the screen has lots of colours. A layman's understanding of it. Mechanical. Fair enough. Now, how much of that is actually factual, and not just kind of put put out there for common consumption in the news? Is there? And then stories got built upon and twisted slightly, so it's not quite the noise. What is pushing them forward? It is a good question. If there is someone controlling the noise and these mechanical beings going around attacking the populace and civilians and everything, anywhere that you're actually collecting these relics and safeguarding them, understandable why the noise might be targeting the immediate area. I see. So it can allow greater application of their power and taking out the noise. Lots of words, lots of syllables. Difficult, isn't it? She's feeling a lot for her, isn't she? Considering she's just been thrust into all of this, knows that there's some very hurt feelings. The fact that we actually have to deal with international diplomacy and all of this, it would kind of make sense, we got weapons of impressive power. When in doubt, it's probably at least 40% the Americans. So, why do you need this cover story of having a like singer grand tour and all this for the Symphogears? How little do some people hold meaning for human life? Genius. Pagan. How... Now, we saw Hibiki being completely worn out. How is Super Saiyan keeping on top of all of this? We're just used to it at this point. Ah. Nah, she's fine. This is her happy face. You can ask a somewhat simple question. I mean, if only everyone had such... Do you have to be that close? Personal space. Was that an experiment as well? Something about her scientific curiosity. Definitely not just sexual harassment. Getting distracted from practice. Oh, her life ain't that bad. And how many pages does it need to be? Yet not everything in life is easily solved by moving on to the next frame. Well, they're all going to the roof, so if anything happens... At least she is a good friend, despite typically kind of keeping things from her. Making things a bit... Hire or something. I mean, emphasis on special, probably. Well, at least they can have somewhat of a normal life here. Make every second of that break count, because I'm guessing she'll be called away any time soon. Let it go to voicemail. They had plans, and yet she just vanishes on her. She's been abducted. But their plans... The fact that she is so accepting and not asking too many questions, not pressing the matter at all. Yeah, okay. The fact she was taking that phone call in the midst of having all that behind her. Ah, she's got jaundice. What is those instruments in the background there? Now is she going to be doing a little better than the running away we saw in the beginning of all of this? Go on, push forward and get through. It might make the meteor shower. It looks like a cluster of dots rather than one big one. Ha. Is she going to get a weapon of her own at any point, or is it just going to stay with fists and feet? She's going to make them pay for ruining the plans they had. I think that rage is warranted. Maybe not destruction of property like that. Okay. We had... This is personal now. Jesus. So we saw those balls on the purple thing can be used as explosives or spawning new ones. Probably a good idea that you catch up to that one. And unlike the other noise, this one seems to... Well, almost. This one has a bit of... self-preservation instinct, trying to run away. Not that it really worked. I mean, she got there and did the final blow. Is it come to excuse me. A new challenger approaches. I see. I mean, if you're gonna get anyone, or anything, kind of make use of the relics and have more armors, why not someone antagonistic, or at least seeming? I almost forgot about the artistic display of limbs and torsos. But the fact that you do have conflict amongst themselves, they're not trying to help them, especially not to get over her grief at losing a partner. No, just go on, keep up with your music label, your concerts you need to do, your albums you need to put out, schoolwork, fighting these creatures. Really, learning the fact that these noise are potentially being controlled from elsewhere, being brought in, and the fact they're mechanical, so they're not exactly having higher thought about all of this. Just drone striked into an area. in the general vicinity of artifacts and relics, hoping to probably open up a way for them. But if they've been around since ancient times, the fact that, well, ancient depictions of devils and the like could have been noise. We don't really have much backing that, but it's a certain assertion that they are willing to make. Who would have been controlling it from back then? And also, apparently, we can't rule out, but we also can't blame the Americans in this one. And while we can understand where Hibiki is coming from, where her drive and pleased for helping Tsubasa in her duties, yeah, as I said, her choice of words are not the best. Having someone who is quite obviously in mourning and grief-stricken, you saw her lose someone important to her, in front of her own eyes. Granted, she might not have been totally lucid, considering probably a massive amount of blood loss and the Gungnir shards being embedded into her chest. She would have at least a small recollection of the events. Know that saying to someone who has just lost a friend, I can replace them. Like you're getting a new goldfish or something. Also, don't think we can really look away from the fact that we had the old man take to the field himself, stop a fight between two of the Symphogear armors with just his bare fists and a now ruined pair of shoes. I would say that is definitely one way to lay down the law around this place. Also, is it going to be the hubris of man trying to make these relics into some powerful weapon to fight back against the noise, which is going to make the noise fight even harder and just try and destroy humanity, and to obtain those? Just a big vicious cycle, really. But definitely one thing that we can gain from this episode is that, well, whatever you do, do not come between Hibiki and her plans, because she will hunt you down to the last with ruthless efficiency. And make things incredibly personal and rip your face off with her bare fists. Although it does kind of make sense. There's only so many times where you can apologise for missing plans and dates that you had. How long is that going to continue? How many episodes are going to be before something is let loose, explaining exactly why she's up so late, being called away so suddenly all the time? And the fact that she seems to be in the general vicinity whenever there's a noise outbreak. But if you've enjoyed Symphogear, definitely let me know. If you leave a like and a comment down below, it helps out me, helps out the channel. And I think by extension, helps you get more shows. So consider subscribing so you don't miss out what's coming up in the future. If you want to just see more episodes of Symphogear, make sure to jump onto my Discord to be updated for whenever the next episode is released. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. And then probably a bit more rest. Make sure you do your homework. Maybe go have some rest again. You never know when things are going to get busy. See you in the next one.